Hello and welcome to Two Girls, One Pod. I am Melissa.
And I'm Crystal.
And tonight we're going to discuss what the fuck is going on in Big Brother Canada. Because last week I didn't think it could get any better because Jed used the veto on Beth, even though he was sitting on the block. And I was like, this is some good TV. And now I'm like, holy shit, it's like every week we get together and we're like, we have so much to unpack. And then we start talking about it and we're like, this is such a good week. And then the following week is even better again. Like,
Yeah,
I don't understand it.
it's going well.
I'm grateful for it. I'm very happy. The Canadian Big Brother is like fucking, we're savages. We're so good.
So much better.
I love it. So once again, Thursday I didn't take any notes, mostly because I watched it live. This is the first episode of Big Brother or Big Brother Canada that I have watched live. Well, that's a lie because I do get to watch the summer episodes live more often, but this is the first episode of this season that I've watched live yet because it comes on super late and I'm usually in bed.
You mean the first eviction, because we watched this night live every week.
I do mean the first eviction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because every single Wednesday we watch it and then we
do
record.
this.
Yeah. You're like, wow, what a liar Melissa is. Yeah, every single eviction. So this is the first eviction that I've actually watched live.
It's because it comes on really late for us. Like, what time does it come on? It's like 10:30.
10:30.
Yeah, I can't stay up until 11:30.
I had to like do housework, do regular work, and then get in the bath until 10:15, just so that I would be sure that I would be awake at 10:30 for it. But let me tell you, I was awake at 10:30 for it, and I did not fall asleep during it because it was just.
It was good.
It was such a good episode. So where did we leave off? We left off, Jed used the veto on Beth. And he stayed on the block. Brayden went up beside him and he felt that he was safe because he thought that they were going to get Brayden out. Now, I see where he's coming from because he's thinking, okay, everybody who's voting is my alliance.
Yeah.
They're all going to vote to keep me. So, I mean, we're watching as an audience being like, you're an idiot. You're going the fuck home.
Yeah.
You know? So my prediction was that he was going to get voted out and that because it was a secret double fake eviction, he was going to end up winning his way back into the house.
Yes, I think we both felt that because he's usually so good at competitions that like whoever could have possibly went out after him was going to be like, meh.
It wouldn't have happened, right? So he was coming back in. So we'll get to that. But what we did see unfold was him get sent home and everybody was fucking crying.
Yeah.
They like, we're at the stage in the game, I guess, where everybody's just so close and they're stabbing each other in the back and
they're probably getting exhausted, honestly. I mean, like they've been away from people. Like, I think after a certain amount of time, like your ability to regulate your emotions just kind of goes out the window. Like
100%. Like, okay, so if you were in prison, isn't like a prisoner's like extra time out? Like if you're like you're bad, being very general, you're bad, you go to jail. Okay, you're punished. So isn't jail's punishment to put you in solitary confinement? Like, isn't that like the worst? You know what I mean? So
that's
it's like
the worst. Yeah,
that's the worst thing that they do. They're like, we're gonna go put you alone. Now these people are not alone. They're with other people, but they're isolated from the world. Yeah, they can't turn on the news. They can't check their fucking.
They don't even have pens and paper. Like you can't even just like sort your shit out on a piece of paper. You know what I mean? Like
draw happy.
I have notebooks legit everywhere around my house, all over the place with random shit put everywhere.
I bought 3 notebooks this morning.
That's what I mean. Like I'm a pen and paper kind of girl. I'm like, I would die.
Yeah, absolutely. So so like, you know, I definitely agree with you. I think that they're definitely getting exhausted by now. So it was quite emotional. But ultimately I'm happy with how straight up they were. They were like, listen, dude, this is not, we didn't come here to make friends and we appreciate how far you've got us. Like, I love that Kiefer said to Jed, it was the end for me when you put me on the block. And that was so real. That was so real because like here Jed is snotting a ball and crying because, oh my God, my alliance fucking just turned on me. And
but they had turned on him way before that.
Exactly. He's like, I took Beth off the block to do this for the alliance so that Ty wouldn't go up. No, you never. You took Beth off the block because you figured that it would be an ultimate move and your ego drove you to do it. You figured I'll be safe, Beth will be safe, Ty will be safe, Kiefer is going to be safe. Like they're all going to vote for me and then my alliance is going to drag me to the end. You weren't thinking I don't want Ty up on the fucking block.
No, he was thinking that this is going to be a deadly move for me to say that I did this and I still stayed, and it would just be another resume checked off the list kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah. And like the week before, his big thing is, oh my God, we could get Kiefer out. And that was his big move. So like, no, I'm thrilled that Kiefer didn't stay loyal to him. And I'm thrilled that he said it to his face. Hey, I was down with this alliance. I was here for you guys and you blindsided me and you put my ass on the block.
Yeah.
So now you're going home. So I loved, the fucking honesty of it all. I was so thrilled because I knew he was gonna be pissed off.
Yeah. And I feel like now, like ever since that kind of, I guess it was since last week, like we're really seeing Ty actually play the game.
I love it. I love seeing Ty's, he's still one of my favorites. Like since day one, he's been a favorite of mine. I don't know if it's just his cute little derpiness or what it is, but he's one of my favorites for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's the best player.
No.
But yeah.
But I know what you mean. I enjoy watching him. Yeah.
Yeah. He's fun. He's entertaining. He's nice.
Yeah.
Like he's a lovable character.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
Right. But so and then we just saw Beth with the fucking hard play, like pushing and pushing and pushing.
Well, here's
Girl's
the
going
thing.
crazy. She's losing it in that house.
Right. So, okay. Well, all right. So we saw Jed go, then she's like snotting and balling. And then she's just like, oh my God, I'm like so lost without him. I'm like, it's been 5 seconds. You need to fucking relax.
Can we address the fact that she never even gave him a pity vote?
I know. We were just like totally flabbergasted.
Lord, I was watching it and I'm like, okay, obviously he's going to go home. The guys are going to vote. But like when there's only 3 votes, there was only 3 votes, right?
Yeah, she could have just thrown him a bone.
But even if she did it as like throwing him a bone, whatever, and she knew he was going home, if Ty or Kiefer last minute decided to change their vote, that could have completely changed the whole game. Like, why would you not vote for him no matter what? Who is going to be upset with you if you don't vote for Jed? He's your fucking boyfriend in the house. Yeah. It's not like voting him out proves your loyalty.
No, exactly.
Like it doesn't need to be unanimous. Like
I couldn't figure out what the play was there. Like I guess she was kind of thinking to herself, okay, well if we're doing this, we're all doing it. So I want you guys to see that like I'm with you, which I mean makes sense because she thought that that's who none of them knew at that point that they were going to have a double eviction and that there was going to be a game to battle back, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, for her, I guess she was thinking, well, I better show them that I'm with them.
Even showing them that, like, she could have easily been like, guys, like, because she was fighting for him to stay. So they obviously knew what side she was on. So she could have been like, okay, listen, fine. If you want to vote Jed out, vote him out. But I have to give him a pity vote. Like, they would have understood that.
100%.
They're not going to be like, absolutely no.
I think they would have expected it, actually.
Yeah, so the fact that she didn't give him anything, I was like, oh, Beth, like, jury management, lady, management, at least do something here.
That's what I figured too.
He's voting for her regardless, but.
Well, if she's there, we'll see.
Yeah, true. That's what I meant. Scenario that she's there. Yeah. Okay, so Jed gets voted out, and then how calm and collected was he? He walks out, and there's this lady there holding up a sign that says like, shush, you're not out of the game yet. Yeah. And he was just like, okay, what? Okay, I'll follow along. And I was watching it going, I would be losing my fucking mind right now. Like,
right. Oh, which is funny because And then you see him just emerge in the HOH room. And then it was funny because Jason was like, where the fuck did that door come from?
Oh, it was, yeah, it was like a secret, like
pretty
tunnel
sure it was
thing.
always there.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like the secret background, whatever. Like none of them have access to it, but the behind the scenes.
Exactly.
Creepy.
Like, it was always there.
Room.
Yeah. I know, right?
Weird.
I'm like, there's like a whole like mirror, the what is it? What do they call that
mirror
again? Yes, thank you. Jesus Christ.
Like
I'm like double-sided mirror.
Yeah, you know that double-sided mirror. It's a full studio, right? Like the house isn't an actual house. It's
of course.
I'm assuming it's like a movie.
Yeah, it's like a built-in. They built it. Yeah, they built it, right?
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So he gets out and he's super calm. I'm like, dude,
I would have been losing it.
Fuck. So then Arissa comes back and says, okay, it's actually a double eviction, and everybody loses their fucking mind.
Of course.
Love that. And then who was it that won the HOH for that? Was it Ty? Yes. Jesus, Melissa. We saw Ty with a big win. I was so excited for him.
Yeah.
And then Bray pulls out the veto.
Yeah.
Like, it was so good. I loved it. Ty put up Tara and Beth, which I feel like I would have expected
it made sense.
him to put them up. I was shocked that then Tara got voted out.
I know. We were sitting there and watching it, and it was just like, what the fuck just happened here?
So one of my cousin commented, she follows like our posts and stuff on this. Yeah. She better be listening to this podcast, Emily. Anyway. She's definitely not, but okay. So she follows us like on Facebook and everything, and she had commented about how Braden won veto. Okay, she was like, the big move in that situation would have been for him to use the veto and probably take one of them down, forcing Ty to put Kiefer up and then get Kiefer out because he's a big threat, right? So I mean, looking at it that way, that would have been a fucking boss move. Like that would have been a wicked move. Mm-hmm. However, I can understand why he never, because Kiefer and Ty are his best allies in the house. Yeah. So for his game, it doesn't make sense.
No, exactly. Okay. But I was still kind of disappointed because it's just like I could see the logic, because even Jason kind of said to me, he was just like, I don't understand like what just happened there. And I'm like, well, it kind of makes sense, because now they're going to sit there and say, okay, well, she just made this really big move and not everybody knows that we technically orchestrated it. Yeah. Right.
Although little did they know, she spilled the beans to Beth and to Jed in the room.
But I do enjoy that she kept that under wraps and she never said anything.
Yeah, I like that too. So so I thought that was cool. So Tara gets put up on the block with Beth. Fucking Beth. Oh my God. She drove me nuts. She's like, I deserve to be here more than Tara. Girl, no. Yes, she was playing a good game, and Tara lit it up in the end. Like for people to come in and be like, oh, you don't deserve to be here because you didn't wake up and start playing until day 40, blah, blah, blah. That's part of the game, was that I wasn't drawing attention to myself until now, because now I got enough people out while I also a strategy. It's a strategy. It's a play. Like, who says that you played more? Like, these people are winning competitions too. It's not like they're literally just sat back, right? So
no, exactly.
Anyway, it drives me nuts. Beth's perception of everybody else in the house is what I think aggravates me about her.
Yeah, because she thought that it was like all her and Jed.
Yeah.
And they brought Ty along.
It's not how it was. Like, yes, they were a good trio in the house, but like, that perception of how she sees everybody else in the house, I think, is the reason that she irks me. Yeah. Because I think she's a good player. I think she's overplaying now. She's to the point now where her back is against the wall. And she's just scrambling. I think she's losing it a little bit. She thinks she's in a better position than what she's in. And we're seeing it play out, which is very entertaining, and I'm really enjoying it.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, long story short, they vote Tara out, and then she thinks that she's gone. Now, the way that she reacted when she went out is the way we would react. Yeah, because she was just like, oh my
like hit the floor, and then she goes in and just crumbles in Jed's arms and starts crying. So I was confused when I was watching it. I was like, what does she have to tell him? Why is she like, I have so much to tell you? But then I realized in watching the next episode that it was because of it was Kiefer's plan.
Yeah.
So she wanted to tell him that it was Kiefer's plan, but like, I don't know if that helps or hurts her, because so say she gets the final two and it's her and Kiefer, he's gonna come out and say, oh yeah, it was my plan to get you out. Is Jed gonna be pissed about that, or is he gonna be impressed with the fucking stellar game move that he played?
It's hard to say, really, because like, I mean, I think that he'd probably respect the gameplay, honestly. I think a lot of them that are in the jury probably will.
This season is full of game players.
Yeah. Like, and like super fans. So like they're impressed with the fact that people are pulling this stuff off without them. You know what I mean? Like that's how you play the game. Like that's how you win the game. You have to be the person that's kind of like pulling the strings here, there, and everywhere without people knowing and thinking of you as a threat. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that he's doing a great job of doing that. I do think that probably Tara saying that to Jed actually made it worse for her. So, you know what I mean? And
that's what I was thinking. I was almost like, but it's one of those things, it really could be 50-50.
Well, because it really depended on, at that point, we know that they were battling back. So one of them had to go back to the house. So at that moment, that's the only time that you have to talk to this person. Do you make the decision?
It was smart. It was smart. Yeah.
Right. It's like, do you make the decision to tell him? Because if he ends up going back in the house instead of her, you know, he needs to have some ammunition. He needs to know what's up.
It really did make a lot of sense for her to do it.
It definitely made sense.
But in saying that, they didn't know that they were going to be battling back
at that point. But I think that you probably could have figured it out in the sense that it's, you know what I mean? Like if you've ever watched
seen the show.
Right.
Although some things though, like these twists that are happening, I'm like, Jesus, I don't expect them. They're coming out of left field.
I've definitely seen a couple of seasons where they've had like multiple people battle back.
I've seen battle
into the
back,
house,
but they're not usually a double fake eviction battle back. Do you know what I mean? Like they don't. Like the way that they did this battle back was like, hey, how about you guys are final four? Gotcha. Like I don't remember them doing that. Like I do remember battle backs happening, but like not like this. So I'm
usually they tell them up front, like when somebody's getting evicted, that they're gonna have a chance, more or less. This time they didn't give them the heads up, right?
No, and then it was just like go. So fast forward. So I mean that's how it ends. It ends. We know that Tara leaves, and then Arissa says, "Oh, live feeds are down until Monday, and you have to come back on Monday." So like I don't watch live feeds.
No, me either.
But I was like, oh, it's definitely gonna get spoiled like come Monday. And I was probably okay with finding out who went back in. But they shut that off so that to build anticipation. And I'm like, God, that's smart.
Right?
That's so good. Like this has to be the best season of Big Brother I think I've ever watched since I was like really a kid, at least. Like it's really so good. So Monday opens up and we see the recap of what happened Thursday. We look at, actually my notes for this one are on the phone because I did my habit stacking and I got on the treadmill while I was watching this episode.
Smart girl.
I did not watch it live because it was too late and I went to bed. Okay, who's coming back to the house? So, I also, that was, can we talk about Braden didn't use a veto, blah, blah, blah. So Tara told Beth that Kiefer was behind the move to get Jed out. I thought that was a good move.
Well, I mean, you know, like if by chance,
although one of them were going anyway. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, at that time she was sitting down thinking, okay, well, I can't really blame her for telling, because again, it comes back to both of them are getting ready to go. One of them has to go. And then she's sitting there saying, okay, well, if I'm the one who has to leave this house, you need to know that this was in play the whole time, and these are the people who orchestrated it. It wasn't me.
Yeah, like you
Right?
stop being loyal to these
You
people.
start gunning for them.
Here's the thing too. What, like, I was floored with the fact that Tara got voted out. So we see after that it was because Ty wanted her to go. And Ty, the reason he wanted her to go is because he was saying that she has a bigger resume than Beth.
Yeah.
And I was just really surprised because, again, we're not in the show, so we're not seeing. So, like, Beth has to constantly be in her head, like, okay, I did this. This was my move. I was behind this. I was behind this. Like, because if she gets to the final two, us as an audience, we know that she's a really good player. We know she's got a stacked resume. But inside the house, so many of her moves were little seeds that were planted first.
Yeah.
That
she just let them grow.
She'd need to let everybody know that, right? So I can see, which is also very smart. Like, that's good gameplay.
It is, yeah.
It put a bigger target on Tara's back and got her out the door in that situation.
Well, and I mean, Ty really saw all of the seeds being planted because he was there for most of them. You know what I mean?
But he didn't get it though, because he was still looking at Tara as the bigger threat as opposed to Beth.
I think the problem with that,
even though Beth had just previously turned on him the week before. Like, I was just so surprised.
Well, and then you think back to the fact that Beth had gotten out Vic, who, as far as I was concerned, could have totally won the game. Yeah, right. So that was a big move too. But I think what the situation was is that they're like, you know how when you're in a situation, you recall the most recent events more clearly. You don't really think, and like, it was a high pressure situation. Like, it was
Jet out.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And that was the
strongest player. So we got to get her.
Exactly. Right. I think it was just that was on the forefront of what he was thinking of. And he wasn't really thinking that far in the past. Plus everything was just like, go, go, go. We need to get this
flash. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I was watching when they were watching the screen. So when Tara and Jed are in the HOH room and they're both watching the screen flicker and the screen's like explaining what's happening in this, you know, and she's going, please say that we both get to stay. Please say that we both get to stay. And it was because, so I even wrote it down because I didn't know what was going to happen yet. She's saying this because she knows she's not going to win against Jed in a competition. It's not that she wants him back in the house with her.
No.
She wants a fighting
chance again.
For her to go, right?
Yeah.
I did love watching her tell Jed everything that was on the go, like the realization that he was having when he realized that, oh my God, my alliance orchestrated this. My alliance convinced me to stay on the block and take Beth off so that they could get me out. Like, that's a mastermind.
It is.
Right.
Yeah.
So seeing his face come to that realization was just everything.
Yeah.
How about the look on Braden's face when Arissa announced that it was a fake double eviction?
I kind of just love him though. He's so funny.
Amazing. He's like, shut up. Everything is shut up. I love him.
I know. He kills me. Oh my.
When Arissa told everybody that it was fake and then that they have to battle back, Tara Beth jumped up and says, so Arissa said one of them will be coming back with a vengeance. And Tara jumps up. She's like, oh yeah, they will. And she starts doing that stupid air kick that she loves to do. And she's like, oh my God. And she was like so excited. And I was like, every single person in that house and every single person watching on TV thought the exact fucking same thing, that there is no way Tara is going to win. I was like, it was almost like poetic justice for Jed that this was to happen. Tara comes out right behind him, and then on her HOH, she would be the one who actually left.
Yeah.
But then, as we saw, Tara
won.
won.
I'll tell you, that competition, they were like so neck and neck. Like, it was like first he had 2 balls up there and you're just waiting for the last one, and once he got the 2 sitting up there, I was just like, all right, this is it, it's over. And right quick. Like, he'll get the 3rd one. It was right. And I was just like, that's it. I mean, this confirms it. All he needs to do is get that one last ball. He's got a pretty good groove going. Right. And then he knocks the two of them off and has to start from scratch. And I was like, oh my God. And then the next thing you know, she's getting the balls up. And I was just like,
But then
oh my
hers
God,
start
is she gonna
falling.
do this? Right. And then hers start falling. And then the two of them were going like neck and neck. And I was just like, I was legitimately on the edge of the couch, just like, oh my God, what is going to happen here?
Same. I had no idea what to expect. I was like, this is just fucking up my life right now. I don't understand what's going on. I don't know who's gonna win. Like I even wrote, this game is hard. So first I thought that you had to get the balls like up into the little groove, like where they would fall off. I thought that you just had to get three
Super
up there.
easy.
I was like, this is like fucking skee ball at the mall. Like this is the easiest game ever. Like I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
And then I realized, oh, you have to get it to just stop at the top level on that flat surface. I was like, okay, that's fucking hard as shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just close. I said, fuck, fuck Big Brother Canada. Why are all your competitions so hard? Shit. Like shit. They're so fucking hard. They're
So true.
So much harder than the American.
Yeah.
And then in all caps locks, Tara won. Holy fucking shit. Shocked. Did not expect that. I'm screaming. So that is everything I felt. I was saying things out loud. I was on my treadmill. I was just fucking like walking very quickly because I was definitely not running and watching it. And I was like walking briefly and I was watching it and I was just like talking and fucking screaming. Like such good TV.
I nearly died. And when I saw her, I was just, and I loved how like they shut everything down so they couldn't even see who won. And then it was like a big reveal. Oh, so good.
That like reveal of Tara coming in when the doors opened was such a perfect moment.
Yeah, it was so good.
It was such a perfect moment. And I love that it comes full circle when they called her Trick Shot Tara.
Yeah.
So she came back in the house and they're like, Trick Shot Tara. And I was like, that is so good.
I know, right?
I love when things come back. That makes me really happy. Beth's face.
Listen, this is where I was just like, I'm so over her in the sense, like she was so like she goes off into the games room and then she's all just like, oh, these fake people, I can't even be with these fake people, I can't be a fake person. I'm like, you've been fake this whole fucking game, that's part of it, like get over yourself.
The entire game you've been full of shit.
Like every time she goes and talks to somebody, she's like totally fake to them, telling them,
I'm not sucking up. Okay.
Right. Okay.
It's because it's somebody that you don't want to suck up to. Like
exactly. Because it wasn't Jed came back into the house. And then she like laid on the couch and just moped and soaked. And I was just like, oh, sweet baby. Merciful.
She being a silky baby. Are you a silky baby?
Yeah. And then she calls out and she's just like, Ty.
Oh, that
drove me. Ouch.
Come here. Like, no.
Oh, we're gonna play that game now.
Oh God. And poor Ty, like I guarantee you Ty's in the house and he's like, I am so happy she picked Jed over me because this girl is driving me.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like no time for her. I did make a note that I'm so excited to see the Beth Tara dynamic this week.
Yeah.
It was like I knew it was gonna be good.
It's funny because I feel like they could have taken the opportunity to be like, I feel like they could have taken that opportunity to, you know, pretend to still have some type of rivalry, but like start to secretly work together a little bit.
See, I thought that could have been done a while ago.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Now I don't think so. Just mainly because
there's not enough people in the house now.
Well, there's not enough people, but also if I was either one of them, I wouldn't trust the other.
No. Well, I think they've both proven that they can't be trusted. But I mean, realistically, at this point, everybody that's still there has proved that. Yeah. You know what I mean? There's the reason why they're still there.
I love the backstabbing. Like it's so good. It's so good.
Is. Yeah.
So Tara did say to Kiefer though, she's like, what would you guys have done if Jed had come back? And Kiefer's like, he would have won the game. And I just thought that was so funny to say that like to her.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? As if like, you're not going to. We were afraid that Jed was going to come back. We're happy to see you. Because if Jed came back, he's winning. But you come back, you don't have the chance that Jed has. So to me, I was like listening to that and I was like, I'm reading in between the lines. I'm like, girl, you better let that light your fire.
Yeah.
and take it to the end, because these people do not believe in you. They're relieved to see you back in the house, not because they want to see you, because they think they can beat you.
Yeah.
And that is when you got to turn it on, So
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping she was going to pull out a win, but
I know.
all right. So the buys
So
in the
wait.
pantry, best case scenario in a bad situation. I would have been way more scared of Jed. I want to see Tara come back in and win this week's HOH. Okay, those were my notes. I thought I had written down a quote. I was like
No,
trying
but
to remember it.
I mean, I think that they were talking in there and being like, okay, well, if she wins, it's not really, a big deal, because she's probably still going to be like, okay, well, we need to get Beth out. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, but no, they basically they were saying that, this is the best case
yeah.
of a bad situation. Like her
Yeah.
coming back is way better than Jed coming back.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Tara,
Yeah.
basically. And then, they bet Tara. Oh yeah, I said now Beth's trying to get back to being Ty's little puppet master.
Ugh.
Ty, come talk to me. What are we gonna do? And he's just sat there like, go home. Go
Right?
home. You tried to get me out. Like, please leave.
Yeah.
Although when he had the opportunity, he didn't take it.
Yeah.
Okay, so how much did you love this HOH crowd?
It was good.
I really, really enjoyed it with the poker chips.
Yeah, I did too. I thought it was good. And I liked his strategy, like Braden's strategy, because he was just like, he's like, well, 3 isn't bad. Like, just keep betting 3 and hope for the
gives
best.
me enough chips back, but I don't lose too many.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I was watching it, and then once it got to the point where Tara was like down to, I don't know, like a handful of chips or whatever, and she just stopped betting on anything, and I'm just like, well, you're not going to win anything like that. I'm just like, you gave up. It's just, you had to call it.
She gives up a lot, which is extremely frustrating.
Yeah, it is.
And then but like for Braden and Beth to tie,
I know, exactly. They tie, and then they give the chalkboard
number.
I'm like, that dude has been paying attention. What was that?
My cat.
Oh.
So for anybody listening, you couldn't see me just jump out of my skin. We're in the middle of renovation, so we'll just do a little fucking off topic for a second.
Sure.
We're in the middle of renovations in my house. So my office, I'm not gonna scan the room here for the people watching YouTube, because you can see it's already messy enough from what you can see, and I am like claustrophobic in here, but this is where I do my podcasting. So my home office has become the storage room of the house while we do renovations, which means my cat loves it in here because he wants to get into all the bags and the boxes, and he loves clutter. So he just, I don't know, hit something in a bag that's here, and it scared the shit out of me, because I don't think, like, I knew he was here, but then I forgot.
Right.
Anyway, I thought someone's breaking in trying to murder me. Because that's where my mind goes. That's where it goes.
You're preaching to the choir.
Or no, Criminal Minds. Too much Criminal Minds. Okay, so yeah, back to Braden actually getting the exact number for his question.
Dude is paying attention.
Like, so smart.
Like, to the point that I mean, you saw him writing down on his chalkboard like each person's thing, and then actually comes up with the exact number of apples on everybody's wheelbarrow from that competition ages ago. I'm just
he knows what's up.
Like, oh yeah.
Here's the thing, and this is why I get so fucking annoyed with Beth, like her calling everybody a floater. Nobody who is there right now is a floater. Not one single person in that house right now is a floater. Yeah, some of them coasted to get to a certain point. Yeah. But like Braden, especially, he would be the one that you would call a floater because he didn't win a whole lot of competitions. But now he's winning them back to back to back. Not to mention, he has been playing the house. He's been, yes, technically floating around, but it's because anybody he gets close to gets voted out. So he's had to adapt every single week and keep a smile on his face while he was doing it, and make the people who are voting out his best allies his new friends.
Yeah.
That's a social gameplay. And it's a huge part of Big Brother.
Yeah,
right.
Definitely.
So, anyway, Braden is the new head of households. Yeah. Yay. And I already touched on that note that I hate that Beth thinks everybody's a floater. Send this girl home.
Yeah.
Send her home.
Yeah.
Send her to jury. her and Jed can fall in love. They can have their little romantic getaway, make everybody else feel uncomfortable.
It'll be
Like,
great.
yeah, let them do their thing.
Yeah.
Like, get her out of the Big Brother house. Tara talking to Brayden. And when Tara, so okay, I guess I've got two notes here that I'm mixing together, but like I made a note there saying Tara talking to Brayden, is she playing too hard?
Yeah, I think so.
I think she's getting there.
She is there now. Yeah, for sure. With almost every conversation that she seems to be having, she seems to be playing a little too hard
She keeps
and
saying,
really trying to push.
Don't send me home, but don't send me home. And I get it. They literally just fucking blindsided her and sent her home on, a fake double eviction or whatever. She came back in and now she's just fucking terrified.
Yeah.
Like she just thinks it's going to happen every time she turns around. And I mean, it doesn't help that she goes up on the block, but at the same time, like there is something to be said for remaining calm. Like you can campaign without like driving people crazy.
Oh, absolutely.
Because if you campaign too hard, they're going to be like, yes, I told you, I'm not sending you home. You saying over and over again, don't send me home is going to make me want to send you home. Like,
yeah, you're just annoying me.
Just stop it. Like you're driving me crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Brayden and Ty. So Ty is playing Brayden hard.
I gotta be honest with you. As much as I really like him, it's pissing me off. It's really because
he's like pretending to like. See, I don't think he's pretending to like him.
No, I think he likes him on a friend level. I think that he is leading him on, and that pisses me off.
It doesn't bug me that much because it happens. You see it happen all the time in Big Brother.
Yeah, but it always pisses me off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, I don't mind it so much because I do think like, I don't know, maybe the feelings are real. We don't know.
I don't think he knows they're not. That's the thing. That's what bothers me. Brayden might think that they are.
But I don't think Brayden does. I don't think Brayden has feelings for him like that. I think Ty also might be a little bit conceited. I think Brayden thinks he's like a good looking dude and that they're good friends. Yeah. They're like final too, but I don't think Brayden's in love with Ty. You know what I mean?
I think he is.
Do you?
Yep. I think he's got a thing for him. And I think that this is not helping. And I think he's kind of young. He's a bit impressionable. He isn't quite sure. And I mean, quite frankly, if you're putting out there like these like massages and all this kind of stuff, you're putting something out there that's not accurate. And that really pisses me off. It also pissed me off when friggin' Beth was playing Ty in the same fashion while she was playing Jed. I'm just just there's no need of manipulating people to that extent. I don't think that's playing on too many emotions. I feel, you know what I mean? Like
I do, but I also feel like nothing in the Big Brother. I can't say nothing is real because like it honestly comes out with so many showmances that last and stand the test of time, which is like crazy. But I remember there was a season back in the day. Oh, it was a US version. It was probably like season 4 or something. It was like a very long time ago. But I do remember watching one season of the US version where one of the guys had a fake showman's where like it was a full-on showman's. Like you would have hated it. He dragged her right along, like right to the end and then cut her and then like legit didn't even like have feelings for her. It was just like in this showman's for the sake of the game, which I think is like that's crossing a line. Like they were like making out everything, but it like it's crossing a line. But then at the same time, it's the show. It is like it's what you're signing up for this experiment. You're signing up. You're saying lock me up in a house with all of these people, and I can't trust or believe a word that they say. Like whoever makes it to the end wins $100,000. Okay, so you're saying like this is the game. Get me to the end and I want to win $100,000. So what I'm thinking is that you go into this house and you're literally competing for $100,000. Like that's not chump change. You're on a TV show. You're there to make good TV. The rules are that you just have to be the last one there. So you have to control the people in the house, however you can control them.
I know, but there's just, I don't know. It just
feels like for it.
there's something that about it that just feels like emotional terrorism to me. I just fucking hate it. Like that's
those
the
are the
line I'm
people.
not willing to cross. Like I
Right.
will lie, I will backstab, but there is
See,
just some point that I won't cross that, and that's where I am.
I wouldn't cross that because I'm married.
Oh yeah, but
Like,
I'm talking
but
like
no, but like, I mean,
theoretically, if I
if
went
I
in
was
like them.
if I was single, like if I went in single, I can't say that I wouldn't play on someone. Like if I went in single into the house and I knew somebody had a crush on me, I can't say that on a game level I wouldn't flirt a little bit harder. Not saying that I would like make out with them or have a showmance, but I'm definitely saying that I wouldn't not give them a little winky face here and there and like, be better friends with somebody who I could tell had a crush on me.
Yeah, I guess I like I guess
I
what
mean, but they're
bothers
not
me.
kissing, you know what I mean?
No, no.
He's not like he's rubbing his shoulders, but he also probably rubs Beth's shoulders and probably rubs Kiefer's shoulders and
But
like
see, that's where I think that the difference is. The difference in that, to me personally, is that he outwardly has admitted that he is interested in women.
mhm,
He was interested in Beth because he's
mhm.
interested in women. In that case, it's kind of like, okay, well, that's fair game kind of thing. But now he's flirting with somebody who is interested in men and he's not interested in men. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
So now he's like, I don't know, it feels something about it feels wrong to me. I
right.
can't explain why, but
Is it
it just
because
does.
okay, do you think it is because Braden's gay and Ty's straight? Like, do you
Oh,
think that like
100%, that's exactly
yeah,
what it is.
yeah, so like yeah, so if like Braden, say if it wasn't Braden, say if Tara wasn't married and Ty had no interest in Tara, but let's throw Vic had a boyfriend, whatever. Okay, throw Vic back in the house.
Yeah.
So say Vic had an open crush on Ty
Mhm.
and Ty's rubbing her shoulders, not interested in her.
Yeah.
Does it rub you the same way?
Not as bad because
Oh, your
in
sound has gone a little bit, Crystal.
oh, it's I don't find it as bad. Straight.
Right. Okay. So we're back. Yeah. So that it does hit harder because Ty's straight and Braden's gay. So you feel like he's kind of leading him on.
Yeah, well, that's the problem that I feel like, okay, like at least if both of say if it's like if it was Vic and Ty, they
Mhm.
both know, she's interested in men, say he's interested in women. They're both aware of that, right?
Mhm.
And then it's fair game, right?
But
Whereas
like,
in
but
his
if
situation,
he's stringing her along, so here's where I think I disagree. I'm still like I disagree because I don't feel like I think it would be fair game with anybody. But
yeah.
like I feel like so say Vic liked him
Mhm.
and he knew that she liked him. He didn't feel the same way, but he was like rubbing her shoulders and stringing her along. Wouldn't that almost be worse because she would think that she has more of a chance with him than what Braden thinks?
I
Braden
think,
knows he's straight,
yeah,
thinking, okay, so he's not interested in me like this. We're just good friends. So Ty is playing up the crush, knowing that he
yeah.
likes him, but he also knows that Bray knows that Ty is straight. So Bray knows that nothing's going to happen or doesn't think something can happen. So it's almost worse if he was to do it to a woman.
I think it's altogether just
Just
shitty.
bad.
To be,
Yeah.
I do.
That's
I
what I mean.
really,
I feel like it's an
honestly, I think
equal thing.
altogether it's just shitty. I just don't think that you should like friggin'.
Play
I
with
just
someone's
don't think that
emotions.
you should. Yeah, I mean, to a certain extent, like I don't know. I think that's just where I draw the line. I can't
See, I'm a
really
flirt. I'm a
explain
flirt
why.
anyway. I'm a flirt anyway. I would like I wouldn't cross any lines in the Big Brother house, but yeah, like definitely flirt. If I know someone's got a thing for me, am I gonna smile and laugh a little bit harder when I'm around them? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I guess maybe. I
he's
don't
not
know.
doing
I
anything wrong.
again, I'm not in the house, so I can't tell you what I would do in this
You don't
situation.
like that Ty is openly admitting that he's using him. He's openly on screen saying, I'm using his crush on me to my advantage.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if it's that. I think like even when I see him getting on with, you know what I mean? Like them
Mhm.
just like doing snuggling. I'm just like, why are you doing that to him when you clearly have no interest in him? You know what I mean? But I feel like you're giving him this false
See, I
um
don't think so, because even though he says that he's doing it to like play it up, I think that they're just that comfortable around each other. Like it
maybe.
doesn't, because it doesn't come off like, and I know Ty's like a decent liar, but like it doesn't come off as forced in any way. Like it
Oh
comes off
gosh,
to me
no.
as like a good friendship,
Yeah.
and like they're cuddling on the couch the same way like me and you would.
Yeah, I
You know what I
guess.
mean?
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think the thing that is wrong there is that Ty knows that Braden likes him or thinks that he likes him, and he's
Yeah.
openly saying, "I'm doing this to string him
Yeah.
along." I
And I
think
think
that's
that's what pissed me off. Yeah. Because
yeah,
he's just like, yeah, well, I know he has a crush on me, so I'm just going
yeah.
to
So I'm
use
gonna
it. And
do
I'm
this,
just
but
like,
I don't
ugh,
think
this
he's.
feels so
I
gross.
I think he's saying that, but I almost wonder if the production people, like whoever asked the question, because you know in the diary room like there's people talking
Oh,
to
yeah.
them,
Yeah.
so like I'm wondering if that was even like kind of brought up in a certain way to make him talk
Maybe.
about
Yeah.
it like that. Like maybe
Maybe.
they're just always cuddling and snuggling and whatever
Hmm.
because they've got this good friendship. And maybe Ty does think that Braden does like him, but maybe the producers asked him in a certain way
Yeah. To
about
make him
it
say
and
it
it
that way.
and it
That's
came
true.
across, because that could
Yeah.
also be a thing too, right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
no, I feel like if like if there's people in the house, like you're going in this house and it's fair game. Like, no, I'm not going to do anything immoral on a personal level. I'm not going to jeopardize my, relationship with my husband or my
No, no.
my kids' perception of me. But
Yeah.
yeah, in the house, I'm gonna stab you in the back if I gotta like laugh a little harder when you're in the room and play fake to you. I will.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
hear that, producer?
Right?
Ready for the show? Season 10.
Right?
Just throwing it out there. Okay. I really enjoyed that sidestep.
Yeah.
That was some good conversation.
Even
How
though I can't
much
articulate it.
but I do know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But okay, so yeah, I made a note that I love how real Ty is about everything. Ironically, after just saying that. But no, I like that he's talking about Beth and he's like, yeah, Beth is trying to talk to me, and I'm just like, she's on the block right now, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
nice to see him wake up to her.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Agreed.
Okay, so what really drove me, like circle back to the episode again, and
Okay.
fucking Bray is in talking to Beth, trying to smooth things over. And
Yes.
he's like, she's pissed that she's on the block. Both of them are. Beth and
Mm-hmm.
Tara go up on the block. So I don't know if we've mentioned this yet. So Beth is trying to smooth things, or Braden is trying to smooth things over with Beth. And she says, with her fucking threats, because I'm like, oh my God, send this girl home.
Right.
It's
You just settle
sad
down.
that you can't play next week and you're pissing off your number two. Tell me that's not a blatant threat.
Yeah.
It's sad that you can't play in the HOH next week and you're pissing off your number two.
Yeah. She's
Lady.
she's not managing anybody like that, like in all honesty.
It's not even good manipulation. It's
No,
like
it's
up
just
front.
super passive aggressive.
Oh, it was awful. It was
Yeah.
awful. I was like, did she just say that?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yep. And then he was just like, oh, honey.
mm-hmm. You're not
You
my
know,
number
in the
two,
diary
for
room.
one. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then fucking Beth blows up at the guys. What did you think about that?
I mean, they had it coming. Sorry, I didn't mean to yawn like that. Like, I'm
She's
not
really-
bored. I'm just
she's
tired.
bored.
Right?
Well, it's like 20 to 11 here now. It's almost our bedtime.
I've been up since like friggin' 20 to 5. Like,
God love ya. So yeah, so like,
yeah, I was waiting for it to happen, in all
you
honesty.
think that they had it coming though, the guys?
No. I think that it was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not that so much that they had it coming. And quite frankly, like,
Beth had it coming.
yeah, I mean, realistically, it's kind of like, well, it's just blowing up in your face, all of the things that you're after doing. Like,
Mhm.
you were the one who said these things.
Yes.
You always go around saying these things. Like,
you tried to get your alliance member up on the block in place of Jed so that
mhm.
he would be safe. Like, obviously, this shit's gonna come back and fucking haunt you,
Yeah,
right? But
exactly.
it's like she doesn't think that other people see that in
Yeah,
her.
no,
Like, she's very, very blind.
yeah. She
I
really thinks
did
she's awesome.
I did love that. And I love that Ty was straight up with her. He was like, you are the only one who would have benefited if Jed stayed in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he literally was like, you're the only, and she's like, well, we all did that together. I'm like, yeah, because you're an idiot. But
Just so you could
anyway,
say that we did it together.
exactly. Like,
Right.
girl, that was not your idea. You didn't want to like let it happen. You came along with us after.
Yeah, exactly.
This veto game.
Yeah. So of course, here we are. Normally we would only get like the noms for this evening, wouldn't we? No. What's
No, veto,
today?
veto, veto is Wednesday. This is Wednesday.
Oh no, see, I was confused because we got nominations today and veto today, didn't we?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a longer episode last time. Okay, so that's
Yeah.
why I was confused. Anywho, yeah, so back to the veto. So they play the veto, wicked cool veto game.
Really
Like,
liked it. I
yeah,
love that Tara was like, I'm a spin instructor. I've been waiting for an endurance comp. And then she's the first one out.
I legit when she said that, she was just like, "Oh," I'm like, before I got the sentence of or the end of the sentence of, I've been waiting for an endurance comp. She was like,
Yeah.
I've got this. I'm a spin instructor. And I'm like, I don't know if you realize, but this has nothing to do with cycling.
Are you on a bike? Because like I get where she's coming from with like cardio.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
But like you're not sprinting. And I mean, I've gone to spin. Aside from the massive pain in your vagina, and you like,
right.
yes, you sweat a lot, but it's really mostly like the burn in your legs. Like you sweat and you lose weight. Like it's a good class.
Yeah.
But like I don't know if I'm ever breathless from spin. Like talk to me
I'm
when you're
breathless
teaching
from
body
everything.
combat. Yeah, I suppose.
I
And
really
like this
am.
is like up and down the stairs. Like this is just so different. It's so different.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
anyway, so she was the first one out. Second one was Kiefer. I
Yeah.
gotta give him props. I thought he would be the first.
I did too.
He's not a runner. He doesn't.
No,
Does
he's not a
run
runner.
well.
He's admitted it.
He has. Beth, I thought Beth was gonna. I thought she had this one. She seemed very cool and collected.
She did, and she had a really good pace going too. Like she had a good system happening. I thought for sure that she was going to get it, but then once she went out, I was like, well, it's all good because in all honesty, then it was just left to Braden and Ty, and either
Braden
way,
pulled out his third win.
right?
Like
Just to show, obviously, that he does have some competition chops.
Exactly. Thank you.
Right?
I made a note. Braden wins veto, but yeah, he's a floater, right, Beth?
It's a floater, right?
No.
Nope.
No, he's not.
Exactly.
Yeah, Tara needs to calm down, asking people not to send her home. You're gonna drive them nuts. Yep. So final 5 drinks in the hot tub. Has that hot tub been closed this entire time?
That's not. It wasn't though, because they were in it like the first couple weeks. Remember?
Were they in it?
Yeah, because that's when Jed kissed Beth. Remember?
Yes, exactly. Because I was watching it.
But forever, bye.
I was like, are they just opening the hot tub now? Like, what is this scene? What is this? But I guess it was just
having a party.
I think what it is that they're not allowed to have alcohol in the show unless Big Brother gives it to them. Right. Which is really funny because back in the day when Big Brother first came on, they would constantly get alcohol because they wanted to see people drunk to like
because it was a shit show.
This is good TV, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess they stopped doing that along the way.
Mm-hmm.
I love that they already knew that Beth was going to pitch putting Kiefer up.
Oh my God, yes. They were actually a couple of steps ahead of her, so which was good because they were just like, yeah, well, this is gonna happen.
But did you think that Bray was going to do that then after when he's like, my gut's telling me to put up Kiefer?
I kind of wondered whether or not, I mean, it would have been a good move. Like 100%. It would have.
See,
but I think she just needs to go.
I was gonna say it would have been a fantastic move. But getting Beth out is also a good move because she is a strong player. It's almost like Bray was in a really funny position because if he had to, I think he fucking lost out by putting Tara up, honestly. I think Kiefer should have been on the block next to Beth. But then it wouldn't have been a slam dunk, but then it would have been either or one of the big players goes home.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Because I think Kiefer has a shot at winning it all, and I think Beth has a shot at winning it all. I think that both of their shots at winning, they're best not together. Like if Beth is up against anybody else, I think she wins. If Kiefer is up against anybody else, I think he wins. If they're up against each other, it's a toss-up.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody else in the house, obviously, I think loses to Kiefer or Beth, but everybody else in the house against each other is equal as well.
Yeah.
Like I think, Tara against Ty or Tara against Brayden, Brayden against Ty. I think they're all very, very close at taking each other out when it comes to like final two. But I think Beth and Kiefer have to get out of the picture first because either one of those in that final 2 seat wins.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? So,
I think so.
Yeah. So like, Bray could have said, okay, I'll take Beth down and put up Kiefer, and then that would have sealed Beth's fucking winning deal. Or he can say, well, I kept Kiefer to send Beth home because she's the biggest threat, stealing Kiefer's. It was one of those situations, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, in the POV ceremony, Bray doesn't use the veto.
And keeps Noms the same.
Noms the same. And we hope that Beth goes home.
Yeah, so I guess at this point we're just on predictions. So
what are
we
you
are predicting? I'm predicting Beth goes home.
And who do you think wins the next HOH?
So I suspect that Kiefer will get it.
Girl,
shut up.
No way. Beth goes home. Keith wins next HOH. I just think that that's in the cards for them. I really do. I think that Beth has to go for one, mostly because she's getting on my nerves. But I definitely think if she makes it to final two, unless she's sitting next to Kiefer, she's winning.
Yeah.
And I really think that Kiefer is playing such a strong game. I think he's going to pull out the next HOH, and everybody's going to be like, "Well, fuck, we should have got him out long ago."
Yeah,
like,
and it'll be
that's just
kind of great, actually. I think the mullet might take it, but I'm just saying.
All the shit I talked about Kiefer, all the shit. So, anyway, that is our Thursday afternoon or morning or Wednesday night episode, because I'm probably going to upload this right now.
Whenever you're listening.
Of our Charleston Chew, our Big Brother Unofficial after show, where we talk about Big Brother and what has happened in the week and our predictions for next week. So watch the show tonight, live eviction, see if we're right. Let us know what your predictions are. If you guys want to email us, log, or fucking write us on Instagram. DM. No dick pics. Just predictions.
We don't accept that.
I mean, you can like write us questions and stuff, but like, I don't want to see your junk.
Nuh-uh. Not ever.
Nothing.
Never.
I'm good. Okay, so other than that, guys, we are going to play you out. Tune in tomorrow where we talk to Steph Beck, owner of Platinum Gym and Kaizen Theory, entrepreneur and all around fucking like boss babe. Man, we had such a good chat with her.
We did.
So tune in Friday for that, and we will talk to you guys next week. Bye.